Good morning, everyone. Hi, it's Heather with Simply Real Life. I'm back in the kitchen today. It's been a while since I've posted anything, but I'm gonna try to get back in the swing of things here. And I am going to be making homemade Star Crunch. I don't know about you, but my kids love the Little Debbie treats, and everything is rising quickly in price in the grocery store. And I came across this recipe the other day, so I thought I'd give it a try. I will turn around and show you the recipe and we'll get started. Okay, I've got all of our ingredients out. Finally unwrapped all of the caramels, which took longer than probably the rest of this process will take. But here is the recipe, and I will link it in the comments. And we got mini marshmallows. Rice Krispies, my store was out of the store brand Rice Krispies, so we just opted for Cocoa Krispies, and sweetened condensed milk, caramels, vanilla, cocoa powder, and butter. So we'll get started. Okay, first up we are going to melt the butter, and it calls for a half cup of butter, but I had enough caramels in the package that I could double the recipe, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use 2 sticks, but it calls for 1 stick of butter in the regular recipe. So we are going to melt that along with the cocoa powder, which calls for 1/2 cup of cocoa. So once again, we'll double that. It's always the tricky part, not making a huge mess with the cocoa. And like I said, this is the first time I've made these, so this is truly an experiment, but don't think you can go wrong with a chocolate snack. And ours will probably be extra chocolatey since we opted for the Cocoa Krispies. Okay, we'll get that melted and then on to the next. Butter and cocoa all mixed in and melted. Next up, we are going to add our sweetened condensed milk, 1 can, 14 ounces, and add 2 of those, 1 per recipe. After the sweetened condensed milk is mixed together and combined, we're going to add in our caramels and get those all melted in. All right, we've got our caramels added in, and there was enough in the package to double the recipe. It calls for 20 pieces for each recipe, so I went ahead and did that. And this is going to take a little bit to get those all mixed in and melted. Finally melted. Next up, we're going to add in our vanilla and our marshmallows. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla for each recipe. And this is the homemade vanilla I made. It's coming right along. I'm gonna do 2 of those. And then calls for a bag of marshmallows. So let's see. Yeah, about a 10-ounce bag. So we're just gonna dump those in. And at this point, it kind of becomes like Rice Krispie treats. We're gonna melt the marshmallows, and then we're gonna add in our cereal. Get those all mixed in. Keeping it on the heat. bigger spatula to stir all this. Okay, at this point we have it off the heat. Everything is melted. And we are going to add in our crispy cereal. And for each recipe, it calls for 5 cups. Stir all the rest. Okay, got all the Rice Krispies in there. I'm just going to stir it up. After we get it all stirred, we are going to use a scoop and we're going to put it on this parchment paper, which I also am going to give a spray of olive oil because they suggested doing that so we have minimal problems with sticking. And after we get it all done, I'll probably at least half of these in the freezer for later. It's looking pretty good, but it's kind of difficult to stir. Okay, I'll give this a quick spritz. Scoop them out. All right, it's a bit big. So if you can see that, scoop them. So I'll probably use a little bit smaller this time. Try to make it about the same size as a Star Crunch would be. I'm just going to continue scooping and let them dry.